When I was in sophomore year of high school, I spread a rumor about someone saying that they got with their cousin and they didn't, but it wasn't like my rumor that I spread. It was just a really messed up situation, and I'm going to talk about it. So basically, COVID hit halfway through my freshman year of high school. So then after that, I just stayed online. Towards the end of my sophomore year, we all got assigned finals and we got assigned groups for those finals. Also, it was all like different ages of people. Like, no one was really at the same age range because it was in a reformative school. So the girls that I was in a friend like in a group with were all juniors, and then one of them had this senior boyfriend who was also in our group. So this group was just supposed to be like studying for our finals project and like putting together the final, but we ended up getting kind of close and becoming friends. And because we were all in the same area, like we just figured like after this final, after COVID lifts up, we can all hang out and be friends and it'll be awesome. So we would like game all the time. Like we had a lot of like Roblox happening, and like we would just play video games online and like call and stuff like that. We didn't get a ton of work done, but it's like we were friends and that was cool. The girl who had the boyfriend also, whenever he wasn't on the call because he worked, because he was older, so whenever he wasn't on the call, she would talk about him. Every single time it was all good stuff. Like it was all really, really sweet, and she never had anything bad to say about him. And everyone would talk about like bad stuff going on in their life. So that wasn't like her hiding anything. Like she genuinely just never had anything bad to say about him. And he was always super cool to us. Because he was older, he would also like buy us Robux and stuff. Like he would just get us stuff in whatever game we were playing because he had the money to do that. Overall, my point is he was just a really, really good guy. So fast forward, there was this one night where we were all gonna play video games, and he texted the group chat and was just like, hey guys, I'm not feeling super well, I'm not gonna game tonight, but I hope you all have a lot of fun. And we were like, okay, yay, thank you. And then we got on the call, and the girl whose boyfriend it was immediately is like, I have something to tell you guys, and you cannot tell him. I'm just gonna say him because I'm not gonna remember a fake name. My first thought is that like she was planning a surprise for him or something, because I knew we couldn't all like get to see each other a lot, so they probably hadn't seen each other either. So I'm thinking like, oh my god, this is about to be so cute, I'm so excited. And the other two girls are probably thinking the same thing because we're all excited to hear what's going on. It was not a fun surprise. It wasn't. Because immediately she goes on to say, okay, you cannot tell him, but I kind of hooked up with this guy. What? And my initial reaction was like, oh my god, he's not sick. They broke up. And the two other girls were like, spill what happened. Immediately after they said that, she's like, yeah, okay, so you can't tell him. I don't really know what to do, but basically I've been talking to this guy and like neither of us have COVID. So we were like, oh, we should hang out because we're the only people we can hang out with. You can ask other people to get COVID tests, by the way. And also, her boyfriend had been trying to get her to get a COVID test, and she wouldn't do it. Like, she was just like, oh, it's too expensive. Oh, my family won't drive me. Like, oh, I can't get a COVID test. She was, like, actively not doing it. All of a sudden, she's with this guy. Not only did they hang out, they did a lot more than that. So I was like, oh my god. And I'm like sick to my stomach because me and the guy had become kind of good friends because we're like they would play games together, but if they were playing a game that we didn't want to, we just hang out and play something else. Like we played a lot of like other games, like we played like Among Us when that was really popular. So we would do stuff without them that they didn't want to do and vice versa. So we were like close, like we were friends outside of the friend group. So when I heard this, my immediate thought was like, I'm gonna tell him, like what? So I'm not saying anything, but the other two girls are like, oh my god, tell us the details. What happened? What happened? She tells us all this stuff about how she had gotten a COVID test, but she was just nervous to see her boyfriend because she had like gained a little bit of weight and she didn't know what he was going to think of her. He's never been that type of guy. Like, she was kind of chubby when they started dating. She gained a little bit of weight. It's like, he's not gonna stop liking you because you gain a little weight. He's not like that. Like, what? It just felt like bad excuses and trying to make herself feel better. So she just goes on to say, like, oh, I was just nervous to see him. But then this guy texted me and, like, we had seen each other and, like, I don't know. And, like, so I got a COVID test and then I got with him and it just all happened so fast. And she's, like, telling us all the dirty details. So eventually, fast forward again, the call ends, and she texts me immediately because I wasn't saying anything. And she's like, hey, I know that you and him are really good friends. I really need you not to say anything because I'm going to say something to him. So I give it a week. I gave it a full week. And I text her every day. I'm like, hey, did you tell him? Did you tell him? At one point, she's finally like, yeah, we talked about it, but you probably shouldn't text him because he's really upset right now. I decided a week was enough time. I decided a week was a good amount of time. So I sent him a text and I'm like, hey, did she tell you? And he's like, tell me what? Yeah. Thought so. So I tell him. And I'm like, hey, she told us something that I really need to talk to you about, and it's kind of gonna break your heart, and I'm sorry. And he's like, oh, is it about so and so? I was like, yeah, she did tell you? And he was like, no, don't worry about it. That's just her cousin. Oh, God. So I was like, I don't think so. And he was like, no, that's just her cousin. Like, I know they hung out, but they can hang out because they're already living in the same house. Mm-mm. No, no. So I ended up telling him everything she told me. I told him everything. And he's like, I can't believe that. And I was like, yeah, I don't think it's her cousin. He's like, you know what? No, I bet it is her cousin. And she's just like insane. And she like does that with her cousin. Wasn't me. What? I didn't say it. I know that wasn't her cousin because she told us the whole spiel about how they like got like met each other and all this stuff. I know that's not her cousin. And I told him that. And he was like, no, I'm 100% sure that's her cousin. And that's what she's doing with her cousin. At the school I went to, there was a situation where if you were in that class, you were able to access like every single person in the class's email. He didn't just talk to her when I told him, he sent a mass email to everyone in our class, including the teachers, saying what he thought was the situation, which was that it was her cousin, and that's what happened. This email didn't stay in our class either, it went to every class. The next morning, she sent me a text freaking out, and she's like, why would you spread a rumor that I'm getting with my cousin? That's disgusting. I was like, I didn't. I didn't. I told your boyfriend you were cheating on him, actually. You told him that it was your cousin. You made this rumor, not me. And then all of a sudden, the two friends in our group, once everyone didn't like the girl who cheated on her boyfriend, once like no one liked her anymore, they decided they didn't like her either. And oh, I was just too scared to say anything to him because I don't know him that well. Oh, I just didn't want her to get mad at me. I just didn't want her to like say bad things about me. I'm sorry. Like I should have said something. You guys were so into the drama, like don't even start. The funny thing is though, we still had to do the final. So me, him, and the other two girls that were like tripping over themselves apologizing to him ended up doing the final. They didn't even end up doing much of it. Me and him would just call and like work on the final and we got it done. And we aced it, by the way. And we told the professors that she didn't participate because all of a sudden she dropped off the face of the earth and was having serious health concerns and couldn't complete the final according to what she said to the professor. Because we got a text after we submitted it and said that like she didn't participate, and or a text, it was an email. We got that email and the email was like, hey, I understand that she's been having some health concerns, so I'm excusing her from the final, but thank you guys for the work you did. It's great. You know nothing. You got that email. Anyway, my next year was far less eventful because it is just online school and I didn't get as lucky with my final group project, but that will live on in me forever. And we still talk sometimes. He's doing well. He got a brand new girlfriend who is much kinder. Yeah.